So it's a little windier than the last time we were out here. There's already fresh sign from 2 days ago that weren't here the other day. Nice little buck rub over there. Fresh tracks. Big tracks. Problem I'm having with this stand is I didn't actually want to sit here. I wanted to sit about 40 yards behind me. So I grabbed my sticks, I grabbed my stand, and I forgot my bracket for my stand, so I couldn't set it up. Bummer. So this will still work, but I've really only got one shot here, and that's to my left. Right straight down and straight down here. But the left shot's my furthest shot at 35 yards. And that's where a scrape is, and that little rub, and the main trail. It's kind of like a little swale through up there, and I think that's their main crossing point, other than coming up through this gut right here, right underneath the tree stand. So, little trick I did. I had a pop bottle, and I put it right there, exactly right where I'd be able to shoot them at 5 yards. It'll make them stop, make them look at it. I'll be able to smoke them when I do it. So, again, we're sitting on this pinch point. We're sitting on this pinch point between, bedding and food. It's really kind of a mix down here. It's kind of funky. A lot of acorns are dropping 2 days ago. Squirrels were everywhere. Squirrels are not out tonight. I don't know what that means. At least I know I won't have to be wondering all the time if it's a deer. So hopefully we can shoot them. Almost guarantee that was the buck I saw on the deer I jumped earlier. I mean, he snuck in here, just looking the whole time, taking his time, sniffing where I was. He went right to where I jumped him from, so. He didn't spook off at least, so that's nice. that was the buck that I was hoping I'd see, that or another one. So it was one of the few 2.5s that I had on this pictures of on this property. I grunted at him. He saw me grunt at him because I saw him out there. And I didn't know, but there was a doe and 2 fawns behind me, and they came right up under the stand. And then I don't know how they didn't smell me, because they were directly downwind, but it must have just carried over, just over top of them. And the whole issue was why he was freezing up, and why she was freezing up, and the 2 fawns, because that tree stand that I wanted to hang back there is sitting right there, and they kept staring at it. So, I'm afraid he's floating in the river right now, honestly, to tell you the truth. So let's see, let's hop down, we'll check the camera, or I'll check this, I'll look at the arrow. I think we're gonna find ourselves a nice 2.5-year-old buck, so. So, I have a decent blood trail, not bad at all. What I'm seeing is here, nice red, lots of bubbles, so. I'm assuming he is either dead in the river right here, or he just got across it and down, so. I was really hoping he was going to be in the water, because I didn't want to get wet, but here I am, leather boots and all. Gonna go look for blood. The owner of the property I'm hunting is calling the owner of this property to make sure I can get on there. I'm just gonna get up to the edge and look for blood right now, because, you know, I want to be a good person. I can't tell if this gets any deeper. We're kind of guessing games right now, just kind of weaving our way back and forth. Oh boy, she might get up to my waist. It does. Poop. Do I really want to get on it? Right now I'm just walking this riverbank, trying to find any signs of moisture or wet coming out, because he crossed, yeah, just to the left of that white rock there. So I'm assuming he should have taken a beeline over. Didn't see any blood or water coming out of the creek. So he really may have not made it out of this river. And so I'm just gonna walk this edge down. There's some log jams here. I'm gonna see if he's in these log jams. And then I'll walk this way back up again. I'm not seeing anything through here at all. God, hope he ain't just floating downstream right now. Yeah, I don't think he made it across the river. I'm back on the other side now again. So I'm gonna strap that headlamp on, because it's darker than what it looks on camera. You can probably know that just because it's grainy. That water's getting chilly too. So I think what I'm gonna do is just walk this edge down with my headlamp and look for him. I know I heard him hit water, and maybe you could hear it on camera. I heard him hit, and maybe one sploosh after that, but I don't remember anything after that. And it's shallow enough he should have been making noise if he was trucking. So when I got all the way down to there on that side, I just gotta find him. I don't know what else to say. I know this deer's dead. I'm just scared it's in the river and it is gone like a mile downstream already. I'm across the river again now that I got my headlamp, and let's see if I can find anything. Oh. Cute little guy. What are you doing? Help me find some blood, dude. I need to find some blood. So he made it quite a ways down here then.
Yeah. He was right over there, hung up on a rock right by that log. There's a big rock right under the water, just below the surface, and he was hung up on that.
Boy, yeah, I don't think I would have found him last night then.
It'd be hard to see in the dark.
But it was probably a safe thing then. Hey, get out of here. Get. So the great thing about the spot where I was sitting was just a major pinch point. The river created its own funnel, basically creating, I was sitting on the north end of one peninsula. There would have been another peninsula on the other side of the bend. My wind was blowing somehow right where I shot this deer, but in theory it was blowing where no deer should be because it was going directly over the river. Thermals were pulling it down, and I think it was just because they were within 15 yards that I ended up not getting winded by them. And the neat thing was, you couldn't see, was I had accidentally grunted in a doe and 2 fawns behind me, and that's what had his curiosity to come out from that thick stuff. And then the tree stand that I wanted to set up I wasn't able to set it up because I left the bracket in the truck, and that tree stand kept their attention, and I was able to draw with them at 15 yards. And I mean, you barely can see the shot on camera, but it was just a perfect shot. Came right out of his armpit, and I mean, he only went 80 yards. We know he died in the river because we found him in the river, and he ended up floating 800 yards downstream before Brian, the owner of the property, found him this morning. And he sent me a text message with the picture saying he found my soggy deer, and he actually found it, got his fly rod, hooked it with a streamer, and pulled it back across the river before I got there. So it was pretty neat. So this time of the year, being October 26th yesterday, you know, sitting those pinch points in close proximity to bedding, money. And he may not be the biggest, but he was the top 10% of what I was after there. And next year, just increased my standards on that property. Only the 4th time ever hunting it, so it was a good feeling. Got me pumped. Glad we found the deer, got some meat, and now on to other places. So thanks for watching. Subscribe to this channel if you're getting something out of it. Subscribe to it anyways. If you're not, hit that little bell button. We'll keep bringing you good stuff if we can do it. We'll do our best. So thanks again for watching.